Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you what I like to call the sandwich method. Now this is a way to create t-shirt designs really easily. This is a really basic t-shirt design that I think you've seen a lot, and if you looked at my layouts, I'll put that right here, the 25 layouts. A lot of them have text on top, a graphic in the middle, and text on the bottom. And that's what I like to call the sandwich method. It's really easy. The graphic is the sandwich depending on what is there. So we're kind of sandwiching the graphic inside the artwork or the design. The thing I think beginners have a hard time with is what is in this sandwich. So I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to give you 8 ideas on what you can put in between this sandwich, the text, the two texts on the bottom and text on the top, or text on the top and text on the bottom. So in this video, I'm going to show you 8 examples. I scoured Amazon, the top 200 designs on Amazon, and I found some of these that have been repeated over and over. So I'm going to show you examples of it, as well as I'm going to show you where to find these on Canva. Now you don't have to use Canva, but if you are using Canva, I'm going to show you how easy it is to find these and how to make these designs just using a simple app like Canva. Of course, you can use Kiddo, you can use Affinity Designer, you can use whatever you want. But I think if you're just starting out and you don't have any graphics experience, I think Canva is the way to go. So first, let's take a look at some of the 8 basic sandwich method designs and then go to Canva. All right, so I put this together to help you out so that you can see examples of these sandwiches in real life on Amazon. And I don't want you to copy these, but I want you to look at them and see the layout. And my hope is that you can use these for holidays and other things, trending things coming up, and just switch out the words and add things to the graphic to make it work. So the first one is anime face. So this is mainly for people who love anime. And you can see the words here. Almost all of them have the word anime in here, and this one has a really cool font. And I'm going to show you that font later on in this video, or at least one that looks like it. I know these two are different fonts, but I'll show you where to find a font that looks like this if you want to use that. But the idea here is to get a really close-up view of an anime face, just the eyes and kind of the side of the head. You can see all of these are close up. And it's a longer rectangle, not a square, but it's kind of stretched out. And then you have either 1 or 2 lines on the top and 1, 2, or 3 lines on the bottom, and kind of sandwiching that in. So very easy to do. I wouldn't say copy this text here. I would say come up with your own, use ChatGPT, AI, brainstorm, whatever. And you can find anime faces and then put in some really cool words here that nobody else have come up with. And you can kind of use this. I don't think a lot of people are doing this, but you can come up with, mashing this up with holidays. Imagine this with Valentine's Day. If you have a really cool phrase about anime and Valentine's, or anime and St. Patrick's Day, I don't think anybody's doing that right now. So you can come up with that, and I think could really help drive some sales, because you'll be in your own, well, maybe more people will do it now that I'm saying it, but you'll be in your own category, kind of. So anime face, number 1. Number 2 is what I'm calling vintage stripes. So you'll notice the stripes are going horizontal, and they're all different heights, right? So in this case, there's the tall ones on the top and then smaller ones on the bottom. In this case, smaller ones on the top, bigger ones on the bottom. In this case, all kinds of heights here. And in this one, it's actually not going horizontal, it's going vertical. But in all cases, they're all stripes, different colors, vintage colors, which is why I'm calling it vintage stripes. And this one is probably the most like a sandwich, because you can see 1 line, the graphic, 1 line, just like a sandwich. Same thing, 1 line, graphic, 1 line on the bottom, and all of these, except this one has a smaller line there. You can use, you can vary that. And the next thing is they all have something in front of the vintage stripe. So there's a person here, a raccoon, a possum, and a monster truck. And I'll show you where to find these on Canva later on in the video. But yeah, I think if you don't know what to design, this is a really easy go-to to create designs that look good and that people like to buy. So the next one I'm calling distressed US flag. You notice all of these have distressed US flags on it. I'll show you where to find that on Canva. And it's like the sandwich, right? Text on the top, flag in the middle, text on the bottom. Now the text can vary, right? In this case, these are two different fonts. This is two different fonts. This is one line and this is multiple lines, 2 lines and 2 lines. And sometimes there's things in front of it, like this has a chicken and this has Trump and Jesus, but sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't have to. If the words are strong enough, it doesn't necessarily have to have a graphic in the middle. But this one people love in the US, and if you can get a really good saying to match with the US flag, I think it can do really well in the US market. Number 4 is what I like to call the video game controllers sandwich. You'll notice all of these have different kinds of controllers here. This one's kind of more front facing, whereas this one's more of at an angle. These are some retro, this is some retro one, and this is a more modern one. And they're all in the middle of either 1 or 2 lines of text. Sometimes there's something in the middle here just to fill up that space, because without it, there would be a big black space. Same here. But yeah, they're just sandwiched in between. And this can be used in a variety of niches, because like this one is for leveling up to Big Brother. This one's for 100 Days of School. This is just leveling up for a birthday, like 40 and 100 Days of School. But imagine mashing this up with Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day or Cinco de Mayo or things like that. Still having the people who love video games, but then mashing that up with something else that's current. I think this can be really powerful to do. Not a lot of people are doing it, but I think if you do that very well, I think you can get more sales. Number 5 is what I like to call the sunglasses sandwich. You can see here, all of these have sunglasses. And usually the sunglasses have something inside of them, some kind of reflection. This one has palm trees. This one has the Disney castle. Do not do that. The Disney castle is copyrighted. This one has some islands in here and also this palm tree. So a lot of times it's being used for vacation stuff. Like this one's a cruise vacation. This one, I'm sure they're going on vacation to Disneyland, even though they probably didn't say that in the titles, because it probably would have got taken down. This one's a cruise and this one's just vacay mode, right? So use this, again, you can use this for trending holidays and different trends coming up by mashing those together with your sunglasses that have something inside of it. Imagine putting hearts in here or clovers for St. Patrick's Day and so on, instead of the palm trees. That could really work for the sunglasses sandwich method, right? Number 6, I'm calling it Leopard rainbow sandwich. You can see all of these have a leopard print inside the rainbow, and so that's how you're going to find it on Canva, or if you're doing your AI designs. And usually have hearts, but I think the reason it has hearts right now is because we're getting close to Valentine's Day. In fact, this one actually just says Valentine's Day, but in the future you'll probably see these being replaced with clovers for St. Patrick's Day, other things for other holidays. So be aware of that. It doesn't always have to have hearts in here, but it can. These are, this one's for school, this is for 100 Days of School and so on, but that's only because that's where we're at right now. We'll probably see these, you know, you can use these for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and summer and all of that stuff. So be aware of that. The thing you want to look out for is a rainbow with a leopard pattern in it. Number 7 is what I like to call monster trucks. So of course, there's monster trucks in the middle here, but the monster trucks are usually doing something different. This one's crushing hearts for Valentine's Day. This one's just a monster truck with some explosions in the back. This one has confetti in the back, crushing that 100 Days of School. And this one just is nice with flowers and checkerboards. You know, girls like monster trucks too. So you can put your monster truck in here with any text that you want. So again, I'm not putting these text in here, these t-shirts in here for you to copy the text and copy these exactly. This is just showing that there are t-shirts that use this method, this sandwich method with monster trucks in it, and you can too. And you can switch out the phrases, use ChatGPT, come up with some new ones. Imagine this for, we already have Valentine's Day. How about for St. Patrick's Day? You know, crushing or pulling or having lots of clovers in the back or whatever it is. So you can use this for anything coming up, kind of mash those things together, and I think it'll be really powerful. All right, so the last one here is vintage sunset sandwich. And this is one that you've probably seen for a long, long time. It's been very popular for as far as I can remember. And the thing about this is it usually has a vintage sunset, and so it's really similar to the vintage stripes, but in this case it's rounded at the top, and because of that you're going to have to curve your text at the top. So this is the only one in these 8 that doesn't have a straight horizontal top layer sandwich on the top. So yeah, that's all it is. And usually something in front of the vintage sunset, like the other one. This one has trees, this one has a hedgehog, triceratops, this one has a burning marshmallow. And it doesn't have to be a silhouette, although oftentimes it is a silhouette. You can put something in front that is full color. So usually the text is distressed because the vintage sunset is distressed, but it doesn't have to be. You can see this one text is not distressed. So I'm going to show you how easy this is to find on Canva, as well as all the other ones on here. So next steps is I'm going to go to Canva and show you how easy it is to find all of these and the fonts that go with it and everything. So it's going to be I'm gonna make it super easy for you to make something like this on t-shirts if you're just starting out and using Canva. All right, so here we are on Canva. I made this Canva presentation or multiple page things. I'm gonna put the link to this in my description so that you can follow along and use it and try it out, and it's gonna have some helpful tips and as well as fonts here that you can use. So here it is. I put look for anime and use crop. So let me show you what I mean. So go to elements, type in anime like this, and you'll see graphics, go there, and you can see I used him first. I use this one next. Let's just pick one that's not here. So this one, I'll click on her. You can see right here, I have the crop feature right here in Canva, and I'm just gonna crop it down to the eyes. Remember, that's what we're looking for in this, and remember it's a tall, not tall, but long rectangle, and boom, look at that. So you can use that for anime. Very easy to do, and then put words on the top and bottom. The one that I found, the font that I found is this one called Mochi Pop 1. Mochi, I think that's how you say it. And then the other one that I wanted to show you is not on here, but it's called Gang of 3 on the font. So I'll put a link to this as well, but if you go to thefont.com, go to Japanese, this one right here, Gang of 3, it's 100% free, and it looks a lot like the ones that we saw in the examples that I showed earlier. But there's a bunch of really cool ones here. Just make sure to look for 100% free, and one way to do that is to go here, 100% free, and hit submit, and you can see Gang of 3 still there. Karate is pretty cool, this Osaka one, Nuku Nuku, and so on. All pretty cool that you could use for free, and just add it on here. Maybe type it out and then drag it in, or save it here. I'm not going to show you how to do that on Canva, but if you're using this on Affinity Designer or Photo P or anything like that, you could do that pretty easy. So that's how you use the anime thing here. Next thing I'm going to show you, oh, by the way, these are not all free. So you'll notice that one is for Pro, that one also is Pro. And the reason why I'm using Pro is if I just do free like this, my designs are very, very limited. The one I just did was free. This one right here is free, but I'm not going to have a lot of selection. Now you can go and look for free and try it out, but my suggestion for you would be, if you're on here, get the Pro for like 30 days. I think you can do that, a trial period for 30 days, and you can make a lot more t-shirts and have access to a lot more graphics. I upgraded to Canva Pro after about a month of it and just realized that there's not a lot I can do, a lot of designs that I can use for free on here. All the good ones are the Pro ones. All right, just to get that out of the way, page 2 is the vintage stripe sunset one. So again, come in here, and I said look for vintage striped. Did I spell that wrong? I put stipped. Striped. Yeah, there you go. Look for vintage striped sunset. Okay, vintage striped sunset. There you go. Oh, take off free and you'll see a lot more. So those that are doing there, and if you need it longer, I would just combine the two like that. So these are the same, combine it here, and then find something to put in front of it. It could be a silhouette. Some of them actually have silhouettes on them, but most of the horizontal ones don't. It's usually the ones that have like this one, we'll get into this, but this one is already knocked out, which is really cool. And of course, this is a pro one. So there you go. And if you're using something like Photopea, you could put like a silhouette in the front and knock it out. I wish you could do it in Canva. If you know of a way to do that in Canva, let me know. I haven't played around with it, but you're gonna have to knock that silhouette out. And some of the fonts that are good for this one is, I like this distress font called Zoomy Rough Bold, and I put this one here to Brought. So I spelled it out. You can see it's Brought right here, some Zoomy right here. And these are really good. Again, try and make that sandwich with this on the top and this on the bottom, different text, and then add that graphic in between there. So really easy, and making it easy for you guys. Page 3 here are some USA distress flags. Now, of course, you can type in USA distressed flag, and you can find more of them here. These are just the ones that I found. And here are some cool fonts that work with it. This another distressed one, Can't Print Its Shadow, Ryotic, yeah. Bevian, bold. I would probably use just the all caps in this one. Hold down caps and go like that. So Bevian, really cool, nice bold font. So again, put text above, put text below, add a graphic in the middle here. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Like we saw some that actually didn't have one. If you have text that's strong enough and funny enough, you probably don't need something in the middle. Next one here are some video game controller ones that I found here. Again, come in here, look for video game controller, really easy. They have a ton. I just picked my 5 favorites here. And here's some fun fonts that you can use with, and this one's called Newt, this one's called Hitch Cut, and this one's called Capsalon Brush. And of course, you can use any of these other fonts too. Like, you don't have to only use Zoomy Rough Bold for this and not anything else. I think the Zoomy would work in this one, and this one is just a great font. So mix and match as you wish. I just wanted to put more fonts so you have a variety. And again, you can put text in underneath here to kind of fill that space that's left with the video game controller. Next one, sunglasses. So all I did was type in sunglasses. And you're not going to find very many with the kind of island things in between, but you could add to it. So you could go find an island thing and kind of crop it in, or mask it in here if you want. Some of these are circles and so on, and there's some techniques where you can kind of cut it out. I'm not going to show you in this, but maybe in a different one where you can cut out the shape and kind of put something in it. So that would be cool. And here are a lot of fonts that I found, a lot of script fonts that could work really well for that vacation feel, that cruise feel on here. So have fun with this. Next one. Yes, there are leopard rainbows here too. So leopard rainbow. Just type it in here. You'll see a bunch right here. It's a very popular style. Most of the time it has a heart in here, but you could kind of swap that out if you wanted to and put different things that match. And here's some cool Art Nouveau, Rebel, and C.S. Gordon fonts. Again, you can use some of the other fonts that are up in here, but yeah, you don't have to wrap it around like this, like we do with the Vintage Sunset. Some of them were very straight, but you could definitely wrap it around, and I'll show you how to do that when we get to the Vintage Sunset one. But yeah, perfect on here. You don't even have to make your own rainbow. It's already done for you. Number 7, monster truck. Come in here and type in monster truck. And you can have the monster truck, you know, smashing different things. So I could put hearts under here or whatever it is just to match and try and fill the space that's left in here. So in this case, the space there and the space here, this space here, you could add confetti or whatever it is. And I found some really thick fonts, this Thicker Destroy and this Impact and Handelson 6, I think work really well for this type where it's kind of just, you know, strong monster truck smashing things. So that's why I picked these fonts here. All right, last one, Vintage Sunset. There's a ton of Vintage Sunset stuff on Canva. I just type in Vintage Sunset. Boom, you can see a ton there. I picked some of these are my favorites because they already have things knocked out. So if you put the background to black, you can see that they're already blocked out like that. So that's kind of cool. And of course you would change these to white if you have a black t-shirt. And this is how you do the effect. So you come in here and instead of straight, you pick curved, and you can move the curve to kind of fit the shape. So if it's a bigger vintage sunset, you do that, and smaller, you can come around like that. So very easy to do in Canva. They made it easy to make it go around, you know, a vintage sunset like that. So there you go. I love this font right here, by the way, Lava Pro Grunge. So that's very grungy. And again, I put Zoomy because I really love this one too in here, but we saw that on the top. But I think this would work as well. So there you go. All of these on here, no excuses. You can make your own t-shirt. Use that sandwich method. Again, I'll come in here and I'll share this so everybody can have access. I'll put a public view link in the description of this video. So there you go. Those are the 8 different ones that you can do with this sandwich method. Luckily, there's lots more than those 8, but these should get you started if you can't figure out what to design for. Make sure to use the right kinds of fonts and phrases and graphics that people are looking for. If you're having problems with that, I have this video right here of the 5 things that you need to do or have for a good t-shirt design. So that hopefully that video helps you out to put it all together. Thanks again for watching, and keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.